Hey YouTubers, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell over by the subscriber button to notify you every single time I upload. Enjoy the video. Hey YouTubers, and welcome back to another open question video about Dragon Ball Super. So guys, I did a video with Geekdom 101, dropped today. I'm probably going to drop this maybe a couple hours or so after I record it, just to kind of have a second upload for the day, a special upload for anyone who's listening and who is enjoying my content. But with that being said, there was something I mentioned in that video, and of course I'll put it in the description section below if you haven't already seen it. I tell everyone to please go check it out. We had a whole lot of fun with that conversation. It's really dealing with the next arc of Dragon Ball Super, but one thing I mentioned in there, and I just kind of want to get narrow it down to this particular subject because I thought it was pretty interesting. I want to hear what my subscribers think. Do you think Zerama is watching the Tournament of Power? So one of the things we know about the Tournament of Power is that the Zenos and the Grand Priests have gathered the 7 Super Dragon Balls around Universe 6 and 7, getting a couple of them from Champa, but gathered them in order to be the winning prize of the Tournament of Power, the most valuable player from the universe that wins. And I'm wondering, is it possible that Zerama is watching this thing take place on GodTube? One of the things they've already showed us, and they've made it clear to keep reminding us, is that GodTube is something that exists. They introduced it back in the Future Trunks arc. It was a way for Zerama to get into the knowledge about Goku in the main timeline, and he watched the first tournament, the fight between Hit and Goku, as the final played out, and that's how he figured out that Goku had this God Ki after he knew that Goku had this potential to even match him as a god, which made him more and more mad. And I've also talked about this on a couple of videos that it would beg to reason if that was the case, if for whatever reason whoever's doing it, and I have my own joke theory that it's Whis who is the king of this stuff. He's the one posting all these videos up on those websites and stuff, and that's one of the reasons Gowasu started doing posting his own videos, that they even took some time out of the episode, joke or not, they took some time out of the episode earlier on in this arc to make it clear that Gowasu is still uploading videos, or at least he eventually started uploading videos. But it would just go to reason, all of that what's taking place right now, and probably based on the footage that Gowasu and Zamasu were watching, what we're literally watching is what is being uploaded to GodTube, because the footage that they were watching was the particular episode that they aired just a couple months back when Goku and Hit were actually fighting. It shot or anything else like that. Now I understand that's more of a convenient purpose. They do this all the time to take already made footage or already production stills. They don't want to do that stuff. I'm just talking logically. If you're looking at what is on the screen with, asking way too many questions, obviously you can at least interpret that as saying that the stuff in the Tournament of Power is literally the stuff that's being uploaded to GodTube. That makes a lot of sense in my opinion, because we're not seeing everyone fight at any given time. It seems really deliberately edited, deliberately paced, and everything else like that. It would be interesting if the person who is uploading this is editing it or looking at this stuff and determining what to focus on or what not. That would be a really fun story element for the future, for a future arc, and especially with this, where you have Zerama in a different universe, probably in Universe 11 or Universe 7 or some other universe, actually sitting there and sitting back and watching all this stuff play out. He's seeing everyone fight, universes getting erased, and all of this is fighting, or maybe he just interprets it as everyone is fighting for the Super Dragon Balls. Now, I think that would be really kind of cool. One, Dragon Ball Super needs to introduce Zerama at some point. It would allow us to get a broader understanding of the Namekians as they introduced the Namekian Book of Legends in the Dragon Ball Super canon. That's something that wasn't in the movie and was just needlessly thrown into the anime. So it would allow us to understand who the Namekians are, especially since they just reintroduced Namekians in Universe 6, something they hadn't done prior. And on it, I really think that would be cool. Plus, you introduce a god like Zerama who could create the Super Dragon Balls with absolutely no limits, to the point where almost all the other gods, as Gowasu says back in the Future Trunks arc, they all thought that was, a myth. They never really existed until they all saw it on GodTube in the first tournament between Champa and Beerus' universe. And obviously, probably all the gods thought that. Maybe even Zeno and the Grand Priest thought that. Maybe they're curious at some point. Plus, you also have to try to answer, or you could answer, the why question as to why they're only in Universe 6 and 7. Let's be clear about that. The Super Dragon Balls are only in Universe 6 and 7. They're in no other universe because Zamasu went to Universe 7 and talked to Zuno in order to figure out where they were in the Future Trunks timeline, or the timeline that was adjacent to Future Trunks where Goku Black came from. So what are your thoughts on this? Would you like those answers? Would you like those answers from those questions? Would you like to see Zurama be an antagonist in the future arc, maybe even attacking or trying to gather the Super Dragon Balls for himself, or for whatever reason, doing anything that maybe he's connected to the Namekians? Anything that I've talked about here and anything that you want to add in the comment section below. This is just literally an open question. I don't know the answer, and it's something I've been thinking about for such a long time. I personally think that this would be a great way to introduce his character into the tournament and also the later arcs of Dragon Ball Super. And I don't know what they would do with him, but I think anything they do with him would be kind of cool. We need another God antagonist, I think. We haven't had one since probably the Battle of Gods arc in Dragon Ball Super. The Champ arc doesn't really count because Hit was more of the draw there. But anyway, guys, what are your thoughts on this? Please share them in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell over by the subscriber button. Share this video out to all your friends because that's going to really drive this conversation. I want everyone to get their 2 cents in. But with that being said, guys, I hope everyone has a good day. It's been real.